Pan just saved the day big time. She's already a true Z fighter at the age of 3, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Returning to another chapter recap of the superhero movie, we start the chapter with Fat Gotenks going head on with Cell Max and 18 using Gotenks as a volleyball, spiking Gotenks into the head of Cell Max, giving a crack to the head of Cell, so at least they made some use of the failed fusion. But the battle ain't over cause it's just a crack in the head after all. Wait, does that make him a crackhead now? I'll stop. Gamma 2 requests everyone to deal constant damage to Cell Max while he gets far away and deals one big destructive move to finish Cell Max for good, and flies into space, readying his attack. Everyone is working on occupying Cell Max with attacks, but that doesn't mean Cell Max isn't gonna try and get a few licks in, cause he almost fucks up Android 18 with an energy blast, to which Krillin gets there in time to split the blast in half, saving his wife. It's about time you returned the favor, Krillin, and started participating in the fight. This doesn't need to be said, but Android 18 still got that soccer mom Karen cut, and I'm not here for it. All the fighters see Gamma 2 descending at full speed to hit his attack, where he warns everyone to clear out when he does, but the only problem is Cell Max isn't pinned down or anything like that, so in quick thinking, Krillin gives him the good old solar flare, blinding Cell momentarily and giving Gamma 2 the opportunity to land a blow that cuts off Cell Max's arm, missing his head. You had one job, Gamma. One job. What the hell, man? In Gamma's defense, I think Cell Max raised his arm above his head at the time of the fatal blow, causing his arm to be damaged in this and not his head. So I'll let it slide, Gamma. Cell Max is pissed and tries to step on Gamma 2's worn out body that can't move, but luckily Piccolo is quick enough to transform into his orange form and hold his foot before he crushed Gamma for good. I was getting some Cell and Android 16 vibes for a second, so this could have turned out worse than what it was. The assault continues from everyone else doing what they can, so Cell Max can get his foot off Piccolo now, and Krillin points out to Piccolo that he should turn big like he did to himself way back in the Tenkaichi tournament in OG Dragon Ball. Yeah, a lot of y'all don't know about that, huh? Because you skipped Dragon Ball and thought it wasn't worth watching.
Shame on you! Shame on you!
But low-key, that's one of the best fights in Dragon Ball. Go watch OG Dragon Ball, man. I know I might have a lot of y'all who's just saying, well, I watched the fight on YouTube, so that's good enough, and I'm not missing out on anything. Still, if you haven't watched OG, go watch it. It's good. Piccolo turns big, but I hate that he forgets about this ability of his. He even says that he forgot about it for a moment. And I'm not only talking about now. I always said that in general for Dragon Ball. It's like Piccolo used the ability once and forgot about it completely and said, nah, turning giant would never help in a fight until now. I should be grateful though, because at least they brought it back now, but this should have happened way sooner in my opinion. Piccolo does manage to flip Cell off balance and hit him with a mouth blast. Does mouth blast sound dirty? Even Gohan is impressed with his big form, never seeing it before, and is quick to guarantee victory now that Piccolo is matching Cell Max's size. But Piccolo's like, nah bro, size ain't everything. Size isn't gonna determine the winner, and it's mostly just a bluff for his battle, and gives Gohan a senzu bean to eat. Everything they do then on relies on Gohan. One final blow from Gohan to end Cell Max for good, while the others try to restrain Cell, giving Gohan the chance to hit him with his most powerful Kamehameha, using all his energy. Piccolo still believing Gohan can be the most powerful person he knows if he just puts his mind to it and stops acting like a little bitch. This wouldn't be Dragon Ball without an interruption of the senzu bean, because not everything can be easy, kids. You must struggle in life. Seriously though, they chase after the senzu bean after Cell Max blasts the bean away before Gohan can eat it. That senzu bean is gonna taste nasty as fuck and burned as shit when he does eat it. Chasing the senzu bean becomes useless because Gohan gets pummeled, leaving the senzu bean to fall out of sight from everyone. But no worries, because the birth of Saiya Girl is here. Pan, putting in the work at 3, jumps off a high building to chase the senzu bean, knowing it's important to win this fight, and flies for the first time after she catches it. And this is just a really sweet moment, and I love this change from the movie because we get 2 different versions of how she flies now. I don't know if I like one scene more than another, but I do really like this scene in the manga. They building up Pan just fine at the young age she is. She just saved everybody's ass, and even does the badass throw to her dad. Thank God she didn't inherit his bad vision, am I right? Gohan flies back to Cell Max and Piccolo's slugging it out, landing some pretty heavy hits. And so is Cell Max. He almost ends up killing Piccolo for good, having his head pressed to the ground. But nah, Piccolo actually holds his own pretty well and gets himself out of this and tag teams with Gohan, setting up the final phase of this long fight. At least it feels really long to us readers monthly. We're gonna look back at this and laugh, I swear. The plan is set and Gohan needs to hit that Kamehameha at full power now that his strength is restored from the Senzu Bean, ending the chapter with Cell Max emerging with intense aura coming from his body. I can honestly say my favorite part of this chapter is Pan saving the day, and can say that I'm kind of sad for the ending of this chapter because I was really hoping that it would end in the Gohan Beast tease so we can finish this arc up for good already, but we got to be a little bit more patient, Dragon Ball fandom. Just a bit more. We're finishing this soon. Can you imagine when we finish this arc, we're all finally excited, and then instead of Black Frieza arc or something else cool, they just head into Dragon Ball Diamond that none of us asked for? I'd love to see what the community would say about that. They would be enraged. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed the video. I appreciate it. And see you on the next one.